it was incredible. It was incredible. That's how much of a mark Charlie made, not just on our country, but on our government in particular, at age 31. Ask yourself what you were doing at age 31. When I was 31, I hadn't even gotten into television yet. I was still practicing law. I mean, it's amazing to me the amount that he accomplished in his 31 years, really from 18 to 31. Charlie worked nonstop, and it was a labor of love. And he wasn't trying to get to know these people because he wanted access to power and to feel special. He was doing it because it was his life's calling. And he really, truly cared about changing this country for the better. I mean, I think you could accurately say about saving this country. That's why it was his life's work that brought him into the circles of power. And it was great to hear some of the stories of people who, when he was starting Turning Point and he needed that first $50,000 to get things going, how he went to this one potential donor and pitched her, and she said, come back when you have the first half. And 2 days later, he called. He had found it. He's 18. I mean, truly, if somebody, and Charlie didn't have any connections, he didn't come from a wealthy family. If somebody said to you at 18, see if you can go raise $50,000 in 2 days, could you have done it? I couldn't have done it. We were just like Charlie. We didn't have any connections to anybody in power. We didn't even know any doctors or lawyers, really. Never mind politicians or people who actually were at the seat of government. So Charlie somehow managed to find these names that had potentially big pockets, and one by one called. I mean, that was one of the main takeaways I had. All these people who had been contacted by an unafraid Charlie. He was not afraid about reaching out, even when he was young, to people he didn't know to try to ask for help building his mission. And that was part of the same spirit he used in reaching across the aisle to speak to people he disagreed with or who disagreed with him as part of his mission too. I mean, it's very clear that Charlie's death is far bigger than politics. His funeral is going to be remembered as, one of the most impactful spiritual events in American history. You won't be surprised to learn the left wasn't feeling it. I mean, I'll just tell you something. When I walked in, the moment I was overwhelmed, I walked in that stadium and I brought my two oldest children with me. They're almost 16 and 14, my oldest son and my daughter. And we walk into the stadium and there were so many people in the stands. Everyone was dressed in red, white, and blue. It was so heartening. And that's exactly what Charlie would have wanted. That was a great call by his team. And all these people who had watched the show or watched Charlie on this show or watched me on Charlie's show who, knew me or whatever, the love that was outpoured just over me and my children as we walked in, I couldn't believe it. I was so moved by it. People yell, I love you. And I yelled back, I love you. And I meant that. And I think we were all having a shared moment of grieving. That wasn't about the Megyn Kelly Show. That was about, I think, our relationship with Charlie, our coverage of Charlie. People feel grateful for someone who's not, frankly, just one of the assholes out there dumping all over him and totally willfully misunderstanding his legacy. And we were seated for the proceedings, and every time I looked at the crowd and I saw the 70,000 people inside that building, and then there was an overflow with tens of thousands more, that's what made me get near tears. Just seeing the outpouring of people, the regular folks. And I sent out a tweet about this, but it was people who were I saw one woman with a severe limp, another guy who had a cane, elderly people, tons of young people, of course, but really elderly people. It was, in the 90s yesterday in Arizona, people who were super overweight. Didn't matter. Old, young, whatever. They all flocked, pregnant women, very pregnant. They all flocked to this event. They waited in line since 2 or 3 in the morning, some of them. They did not matter. They did not care about their own comfort or how, I complain about, oh, wow, is it a long walk? How long am I have to stand? Imagine if you're carrying around an extra 100 pounds. I was so impressed by those people. They knew they'd be physically uncomfortable. They didn't care. They wanted to go there to honor him, to pay homage to his life, to mourn his death, to be with their fellow Americans in shared grief and worship. We did that too yesterday. It was beautiful. It was much more than a memorial. It was a gathering of faith and reconnection with God and each other. And this was not about the radical left. This was about us. This is about Team Sanity. People of faith who believe in a loving God, who don't have it figured out why he took Charlie from us, but understand there's a higher purpose that we're just too mortal to fully understand right now. People who looked at Erica Kirk and felt like they wanted to drop to their knees. We were so floored by her strength and what she did. Not the haters and what they said online. Forget them. This isn't about them. This is about those of us who were there and watched it on TV and saw clips because they cared enough to take time out of their busy day and watch them and felt that stirring inside that reminded us this life here is about something greater than us. It's about something greater than us. When inflation jumps, when you hear the national debt is over $37 trillion, do you ever think maybe now would be a good time to buy some gold? Well, it would be. Whether as a hedge against inflation, peace of mind during global instability, or just for sensible diversification, Birch Gold Group believes every American should own physical gold. So they created something special. And through September 30th, if you're a first-time gold buyer, Birch Gold is going to offer you a rebate of up to $10,000 in free metals on qualifying purchases. To claim eligibility and start the process, request an info kit just right now. Text MK to the number 989898, plus Birch Gold can help you roll an existing IRA or 401k into one in gold. And you're still eligible for a rebate and free metals of up to $10,000. Make right now your first time to buy gold and take advantage of a rebate of up to $10,000 when you buy by September 30th. Text MK to the number 989898 to claim your eligibility and get your free info kit now. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.